Welcome to Life, Lessons, and Legacy, the podcast where we delve into the stories that shape our lives and the lessons we carry forward. I'm your host, Cedric D. Nelson, and I'm excited to embark on this journey of discovery, growth, and inspiration with you. Each episode will explore the triumphs, challenges, and pivotal moments that define who we are and who we aspire to be. From personal stories to enlightening conversations with guests from all walks of life, we'll uncover the wisdom, insights, and perspectives that illuminate the path to a meaningful existence. Whether you're seeking motivation, guidance, or simply a moment of reflection, Life, Lessons, and Legacy is here to accompany you on your quest for fulfillment and purpose. So sit back, open your mind, and let's embark on this transformative journey together. And what you said about the immunity, man, I think of that was crazy. I saw that. And like, again, I'm kind of, as I get older, I'm getting more into politics because I realize, like you said, that with the immunity, it's like, what is the purpose of that? Because if you told me, Sheldon, that I'm cool, calm, and collected, but I've always had growing up, I always had a temper. Yeah. If you told me that I had immunity to do what I want to do, when I was young, there probably people that wouldn't be walking around right now.
We got short 2 or 3.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want to do, and I have immunity. You can't give the nicest person
uniform on when you do it.
Yeah, you couldn't give the nicest person in the world immunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, because most of the times us as people, we don't commit crimes because I don't want to go to prison.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
but if you tell me
people need a deterrent, because otherwise
you got savagery. You got the purge going on. Yeah, at that point, it's like, so what is the point of giving a police officer? He already has authority. They give him authority to arrest and citate. So did you get this person immunity? So up here we had Tyrese Nichols. You got stuff like that. And if I can do that to somebody based on whatever the reason may be, they dating my girlfriend, I don't like the color of their skin, and there's no background. So what you end up with, though, is then the citizens have an uprising. And then because he was also talking about, basically bringing the military in to deal with that type of situation. So then you have a chain of events where you have an officer with immunity doing something that citizens get fed up with. And then you have the citizens fighting back. And then you're sticking the U.S. military on the people it was actually designed to protect.
Yeah. And see, he's such a nut job. You cannot, unless you institute martial law, you cannot send the U.S. military at citizens. That's what the National Guard is for.
Right.
You can't, he's the president. He can't send the National Guard anywhere.
Yeah, but he doesn't get it.
Only the governor can move the National Guard.
Yeah. And I don't think he gets it.
But he's so dumb, he kept on talking about he was going to send in the National Guard. Well, you can't. The only people you can send in is the actual Army or the actual Navy.
Right.
But you can't send them either, because you can't send them at citizens on U.S. soil.
Right.
So it would have to be the National Guard, but he has no authority over them. So you can't, he couldn't even do that. I'm like, but that's another problem, is that I heard this a long time ago. They say about 40% of the people on this planet are stupid. And it's because they think they operating with the same information that everybody else has, and they're not.
Very true.
So they already came from a place of lack of information, but they want to talk real loud and say everything like they know what they're talking about.
And talking loud doesn't mean you're correct.
You end up being stupid.
Yeah, because I tell people, like, it's like being an argument. The person screaming does not mean you're more correct than I am. Right. Yeah, like you're just louder than I am. Like, okay, I would say this too, man. And again, I usually don't cover politics because I kind of feel how in between. Yeah. Well, not in between, but I just feel like neither one I'm really for us half the time. But I say this, man. I told somebody, I'm not a Trump fan. I just say, it's my show. I tell people, I'm not a Trump fan. I don't necessarily think Trump is a racist. I think he's an elitist. But I said one of the things about the presidency that bothered me about when Trump was in office, and people get all, make America great again, and Trump, this is that. Like, and it is a black man, it is a white man. I don't really care about race that like that necessarily. But before Trump got in, the person that was in office, when they spoke, when they carried themselves, when they went to disasters or whatever, like, I felt like there's a level you're supposed to be on, and a level of professionalism when you are the president, because you are representing our entire country. You need to be able to speak well. You need to be able to deal with crisis. You need to be able to deal with conflicts. You need to be able to deal when people are saying something crazy and not. There is etiquette. And I felt
Right.
like the office had that prestigious etiquette where you could, a person had to have etiquette to be in office because you had to carry yourself a certain way.
Yeah.
And I think that once that person left and then Trump came, it made everybody okay. Well, to be honest, I told people this, Obama and Trump both helped me both to realize that I could probably be president one day. Obama, I kid you not. I kid you not. And I might get flack for it, but Obama, because he was a black man. And
Right.
my grandmother and I, no one never thought we'd see a black person be elected as
Nope,
president.
not in my lifetime.
Yeah. So seeing it, I remember saving the newspaper, like, oh my God, like this is black man actually, like you never thought you would see it. And he's very prestigious, he carries himself well, he speaks very well, he holds himself to that standard. Even when they're talking bad about him, looking for birth certificates and call him a liar during the
All that
speeches.
crap.
Yeah, all that. Still holds himself to a high regard. But then Trump also made me realize I could be president. Because I was like, I don't have to have any of the qualifications that Obama had.
Right.
And
Just any old
yeah.
idiot.
And I don't have to even use proper grammar. I don't have to be politically correct. I can just go
Right.
up there and tell somebody you an effing lie. And
Yeah.
I'm a,
Tell the
and I was
crowd to
like,
punch him in the face.
yeah, grab him by the pee and all. And I'm
Yeah.
like, and I was like, I told somebody, I was like, it made me realize that in a good and a bad way, I could be president. But it's terrible because it's supposed to be, you're supposed to hold yourself to the higher standard because you are the
Right.
president, so.
That's actually why Trump got away with so much crap while he was president, because there are no, like for a lot of this stuff, there are no laws or no regulations on what you
Right.
can and can't do,
Right.
because nobody ever foresaw a president acting like a donkey.
Right.
Nobody ever thought that would happen. So now everybody in a panic. Oh snap! What we gonna do? We got to impeach him. Okay, well you impeached him, but now you got to do some more stuff. And it was just, and I'm like, oh my God, Democrats are such. I'm trying to think of a word that's not a curse word. They soft.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that they so
Yeah.
soft, and everything's so it's like procedure over substance. And I'm like, bro, at this
Sometimes.
point, how many crimes do a president have to commit before y'all finally be like, you know what? We should probably just bring this dude up on charges.
Yeah.
Because right now we up to 34. 34 indicted crimes, not committed. But 30.
I'll say this because before you go on. Trump made me, I didn't even know that you could be a criminal and be elected president until I still had with Trump. And I was like, oh, you can.
Oh, yeah. Well, and see, I will give you, so I don't know if you saw this or not, but last election cycle, a dude actually ran for office while he was in prison.
That might be Trump this year.
He won.
Really?
Yeah, it was a black dude, if I'm not mistaken.
While
but yeah,
in
that
prison.
brother won. Yeah. Yeah. It was good stuff. He was a real good candidate, though. Like, the people was behind him. It wasn't like my brother Turbo ran for president. Like, he did that. He might be guilty on this one. Like, nah, it ain't him. Nah. But yeah, and I ain't saying the brother was innocent, but he's a real good dude. He was a real good politician, and he ran for office. I have to look that one up to see exactly where that was. But I remember the story more than the substance behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. But man, watching TYT, man, like, and see, that's why I say watching that news, it kind of helped me pay better attention to politics. Because first of all, they tell you stuff and they talk to you like you're a regular person. This the only news I ever watched other than like Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. That's on HBO. You know what I'm saying? This regular news. This the only news I watch where they'll be talking about something and get so upset that they start cussing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get so upset that like the dude who's generally hosting and who owns the company, he done called Trump a whiny little, probably about 60 something times, you know what I'm saying? But with substance, not just to be mean, like they did this, they did that. Right now they're running a I don't know what to call it, like a poll or a competition, but it's like, it's like a competition. You send in what you think is the worst thing Trump ever said, and they're gonna post like the 60 worst things that ever came out of Trump's mouth.
Right.
And half of them, I guarantee you, he gonna swear he didn't say it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they do little fun stuff like that too to keep you engaged. And it's not biased news. They don't lean Democrat. They don't lean Republican. They
It's
just
just the
tell you
news.
what's popping.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tell you what's happening. They talk just as bad about Democrats as they do about Republicans. They talk bad about progressive candidates, and that's who they back. Like the
Right.
dude started a super PAC just to help get progressives elected. And then they super PAC got, these aren't the current numbers. This is probably about 3 years ago. They had already gotten like 12 or 15 progressives elected to various offices,
Okay.
some state, some federal, some local elections. But they were even talking bad about some of those candidates because they weren't
Just being
upholding
fair.
progressive values.
Right. Just
Yeah,
being
they were
fair.
like, I didn't help get you elected for you to be up there kissing such and such behind. Like, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They don't care. Matter of fact, they went at Bernie Sanders, and he their favorite politician. They love Bernie more than anybody. And they was on his behind, like when right before Joe dropped out, they was like, really, dude? Really, Bernie? Really?
Right.
You gonna sit up there and be like, oh, y'all need to get me, man, if you don't shit. They was like, Bernie, come on, man. You know better. Don't
Right.
do, I'm disappointed. You know what I mean? Like Bernie
Yeah.
donates to their show. He
Okay.
donates money to their show. And they don't care nothing about that. That don't make them no difference. It's like the
Yeah.
most fair and balanced news you'll ever see.
And
But it's
that's what you want to
also
see.
they real passionate. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and I don't agree with them on everything. Generally, when
Mm-hmm.
they get to talking about crime, we generally start disagreeing a little bit.
Right.
But I think people in this country don't understand what they be saying what they be doing when they be sending people to prison. Like if you
Right.
ain't never been in prison, you should have several seats talking about sentencing. Like
Oh yeah.
nobody should go to prison for more than 2 years unless they kill somebody.
Right.
Anything more than that is too much. Like there's a certain level of time that you do in jail where you can't get better no more. Now it's just worse.
Yeah.
All you can get from here is worse.
You're
There's no
shaping that person's behavior.
rehabilitation. Yeah. I'm like, there's no type of rehabilitation in an American prison system. So all you do is go to jail and, you know,
Become a
figure it out. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And depending on where, like you go state, you fighting for your booty half the time you in there. You know what I'm saying? You go fed, somebody still might take all your stuff because if you don't want them to, they'll just swing on you right out in the open in front of everybody. And the
Mm-hmm.
Fed, y'all get charges for fighting. So if dude got life already, like, give me your lunch. I'm gonna punch you in your face, and then we both gonna have to go to court tomorrow. Know
Right.
what you want to do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
what if you in jail for a DUI? And that's another stupid thing they do in this country, bro. My boy went to jail for 10 days for a DUI. They sent him to a federal holding facility. His cellmate had 77 years. He gonna be in jail for 10 days.
Yeah. He pissed off at you because you only got 10 days, first of all.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Yeah. And also when you get ready to leave, people will try to take your stuff. They be like,
yeah.
hey, since you're leaving, give me your t-shirt, give me your socks, give me your shoes, give me this, give me that. Oh, you don't want to do it? I'll mess up your release date. I'll swing on you right now. We'll start fighting right now, and you ain't getting out of jail today.
So what you
I'm
end up
like,
doing?
but they been in jail so long, they institutionalized. They know
Yeah.
they ain't getting out. They don't care nothing about that.
Right.
Bro, a year in jail is a long freaking time. That is a long time to be in a
Hey, for
prison.
me, a
And they
day
just
would be too
throwing
long.
years at people like they Cheerios or something. Like,
Yeah.
that is nuts. That is cruel and unusual punishment, bro. Because it ain't like nobody watching y'all in there. Ain't nobody taking care of y'all.
Nah.
Anything can happen to you in a
You on your
prison.
own. Like
Yeah,
you say,
buddy.
murder, like I said, I get murder. You murder somebody, you took a
Hmm.
life, you about to give your life, basically.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the other stuff, I mean, well, it's even different when you talk about blue collar and white collar crimes
Oh man, and see that's the
and
worst
the
thing for
sentencing.
me because
You know,
if I bust up in Taco Bell right now, you know what I'm saying, snatch the cash register and run, I'm gonna get 5, 10 years. But I steal $40 billion, you know what I'm saying, through a hedge fund or something, I might get a year and a day.
might get probation for a year today.
I might get probation for the
You
whole
know,
thing. You're absolutely right.
and we were talking, like I said, we're talking, and I promise I'll move. I keep on telling you we'll move on, but we will. But but it is one of those things. And I tell people like you have to understand what's going on in the world.
Yep.
I had somebody one time, one of my buddies from high school, he had made a post. It was, well, I say back when, but at one point in time, there was a lot of, there was Tamir Rice, there was Trayvon, there was, so many kids that were
Sandra
getting killed.
Bland,
Sandra Bland,
Brianna.
yeah, some people that were
Yeah,
getting
bro.
killed.
Tell me about it.
And he had made a post about, it's a one that it's circulated a lot. And I promise we'll move on. We'll be on here for the rest of the night. But it was one of the things talking about what it's like being a black father, having talked to my black son and daughter, but really my son, like trying to explain to him what to do when he's pulled over. And don't get me wrong, all police officers are not bad. You know, all kids are not bad. It's like, it depends on the person. But trying to explain to
all
him,
pit bulls ain't gonna bite.
right, exactly. Like that's
But
reputation though.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just trying to explain, he was trying to talk about basically a conversation you have with your son when he starts driving, or just walking around like, hey, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Make sure you do this, make sure you do that. And I think I chimed in about it and said, like, yeah, it's scary as a black father. And I might get flack for this, but again, I tell people this is my show. There was one of his buddies, and I don't know if this dude see this or not, but again, he didn't know me. He just see the, hey, how you doing? And I'm trying to be Cedric Nelson. But he tried. I said, scary, this is that, and this guy, I don't know why he picked me out the bunch, but it was like, yeah, show me the facts. He sent me some statistics showing that more white people are killed by cops and this is that, and I was like, well, we what 12%, 20%, whatever the population is.
13%. Yep.
13%, yes.
13% of the population.
Yeah. So I'm like, that would make sense if we only 13%. And I was like, but again, you can't tell me what it's like for me to be a black man getting pulled over or to be my son when not it is by race. I guess at that point, you're not a black man. No more than I can tell a woman what it's like for a man to force himself on her. Because I'm a man. I don't know what that feels like. If it's I can fight back.
Right.
I have a fighting chance. So I couldn't tell a woman, well, hey, you should have pushed him off. You should have did this, did that. Because I don't know what it feels like to be in that situation. So you know what?
Right.
I'm going to shut up when she talks about what happens. Because I don't understand what it's like to be a woman in a room full of men and you don't feel safe. No more than he couldn't understand what it's like for me to be a black man and well-educated, been successful, whatever. And I'm still on my hands on the steering wheel. Like, I want to get this over with as soon as possible. Like, I'm not saying, hey, buddy, why'd you pull me over? License, registration. I got it out before they get there, So I remember that situation and made me think about the fact that in this world we live in, especially with social media, everyone feels like they should have an opinion. And sometimes the best thing to do is just shut up because you don't, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know how it feels. So yeah, you're just talking about that, all the craziness, because Tamir Rice really all of them bother me. But Tamir really bothered me because the kid was 12 years old.
They rolled up and shot him in 3 seconds.
Yeah, 3 seconds. At the time, I think
exactly what you're talking about.
I think CJ was around 12, 13 at the time. And I was like, he 12, 13, he don't even, a good kid, he wouldn't even have a clue why they were pulling up. And this kid's out here with a fake gun. You didn't stop across the street and on loudspeaker or say, hey, put it down. You literally pulled up and just shot this kid. And I'm like, but again, it goes back to the immunity. I mean, they pretty much had it because they got away with it. If you give me immunity,
well, that and also, and this is just my personal opinion, but I think most cops are some. Oh, what's the nice word for the B word? They some of those. They are though, man. Like they the scariest punks I done ever seen in my life. Because they always say the same thing. Oh, well, my life was in danger. I was afraid for my life. You the only person with a pistol, but you afraid for y'all got on body armor, you got mace, you got a taser, you got a pistol and a billy club, backup, a car, and a partner. And you scared for your life. Like, because they some punks. They got to be the softest, sorriest, weakest men and women alive today. They got to be, because that's the only thing that makes sense. Like, bro, I was in a foreign country, bombs was falling from the sky, and I wasn't that goddamn scared. I wasn't that scared. I was just running around shooting people. Oh Lord, my bad. I was scared.
Right.
Like, and this is literal bombs falling out the sky. Right. You know what I mean? I'm like, I had no point did I freak out and just fire a round off.
Right.
But somebody yell too loud, or a kid with a plastic gun, or a man run at you with a knife, and you got to shoot him 300 times in the chest. Like, come on, man. They shot oh my God, what did that dude have in his hand? I can't even remember now. It was something stupid, like a stick or something. I can't even remember now, but a guy it wasn't a weapon. It was something that you could probably hit somebody with. But it wasn't like you couldn't stab nobody, you couldn't shoot nobody, you couldn't spray it. And they shot him like 6 or 7 times. For why? They shot a Guatemalan dude with a knife like almost 100 times. He wasn't even doing nothing to nobody. I mean, he was yelling and hollering, but he was just standing there yelling and hollering. Like, y'all that scared? That is nuts, man. That is absolutely crazy. They some punks, man. The police pulled me over. I was taking my kids to school 7 o'clock in the morning. I got pulled over by 7 U.S. Marshals. Everybody pulled M4s on me, bro. Yeah, I just knew I was dead. I'm out there with my hands up the whole time. They're like, "Sir, you can put your hands down." I said, "You got me messed up. If y'all gonna shoot me in front of my kids, my hands gonna be up when you do it."
Right.
I'm like, it was just a whole stupid thing, and it was all because the police did something. It wasn't like I did something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but it's a long story, so I ain't gonna get into all of that. But
No.
yeah, it was stupid, man. And then the dude talking about something, well, I should write you a ticket. I said, that's cute. Let me see your ticket book. Like, y'all U.S. Marshals, dude, you not the police. You can't write me a ticket. You
Right.
don't have no tickets.
Right.
The only, that's why I be like, oh my God, like it's really irritating when you know for a fact that you're the smartest person in the room. You can think it. You can
Right.
think it all the time.
But when
Because you're smart, you can think it. But when you know for a fact, that is actually not a good feeling. It's really not. You're like,
trying to
man,
explain something to somebody, you like, they're not getting it.
yeah.
It's going over the
Like
head.
this dude ain't got the sense. Guy gave 2 roaches. You're like, Jesus, come on. It just, oh my God. Sometimes, man, yeah, them people there.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about them. And don't get me wrong, man. You know for a fact one of my best friends is the police. So I
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
all police ain't bad police. And
Right.
honestly, I got 3 or 4 good friends that are the police,
Mm-hmm.
including Matt, one of my boys in
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
DCPD.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Avery, brother, some old cats I know, like,
Mm-hmm.
so it ain't the
It ain't all of
job.
them.
It's the
Yeah.
people that have it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
you could be the police without being crazy. You could be the police without being a murderer. And I
Right.
know it for a fact because I know them cats. I know the people
Right.
that ain't crazy, that ain't racist, that ain't murderers. I know them police. They good cops.
Yeah.
I'm like, but as a
But with
general rule, man, I don't trust them. They scare me.
well, you think about this, and like I said, I keep saying, but we'll move on to the next one. But if you take that, the feeling that we have, I guess as a race, a lot of times, it's black men, black women, whatever kind of stuff you see, because you usually see the worst. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
I think it's a cop in New Orleans. I think white cop that kind of really does something with the community. He's really really involved. Great story, but you very rarely see that. You see the Sandra Bland's, you see you see the bad stuff. And I say
Right.
if you give them immunity, you really
Mhm.
gonna. I mean, the paranoia that we feel now is gonna be 10 times worse, because now I know if you do something to me or my child or my family, there's no recourse for me. There's
Ain't
nothing
nothing
I can
gonna
do.
happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So all right, I'm gonna get you going. All right. So
Yeah.
yeah, next question. So what life lessons have you learned?
That's a lot of them, man. Like, just a bunch of different things, stuff I try to tell my kids, man. I say one of the biggest things is to always be true to yourself. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Don't like a lot of people put on airs or they try to do stuff to make other people feel to exert some type of feeling from somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like just be true to yourself, man. Like whatever type of person you are, just be that. You know what I
A
mean? That's
whole lot
like
easier.
we all different. You don't,
Mm-hmm.
don't and I always tell them too, don't like there's no point in being cookie cutter. Everybody
Right.
has seen that already. You don't have to be like everybody else. Matter of fact, it's
Mm-hmm.
better when you're not.
Mm-hmm.
I moved around a lot being in the military and stuff like that. And one of the things that I noticed is that, well, first of all, I'm too lazy to be trying to change. I've basically been like this since I was like 17, 18 years old, something like that.
Right.
So that was really not an option for me. But I noticed that, whether I was in Mississippi or Georgia or Texas or Florida or Canada or Iraq, Kuwait, like wherever I was, people still responded the same ways to me because I was
Mm-hmm.
always the same type of person. I,
Right.
I generally attract those same type of people. Those people feel comfortable around me. I feel
Mm-hmm.
comfortable around them, and it's just, I don't like when you talk to somebody one way and they're like this, and then the next day they're a totally different person. You can't
Mm-hmm.
trust somebody like that. You don't know how to deal with somebody like that because you don't even know who they're gonna be tomorrow when you talk to them. It's just I feel like it's better for you as a person, you as an individual, and for the people that you want to be in your life
Mm-hmm.
when you just stay true to who you are. You
And
know
they
what I
know who
mean?
you
So
are.
people know how to take you exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Also, you know, you have to have some type of work ethic. Like it don't really matter what you're doing. You just have to have some type of drive in yourself to
Mm-hmm.
do it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Even if all you want to do is cut grass, like ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mm-mm.
That's absolutely fine. That's actually a smart move to make. People
Mm-hmm.
grass gonna grow. You know, until climate change kill us all. But other than that, yeah,
Got a
people
little
grass
time.
gonna grow. Like it need cutting. Like you want to be a barber or whatever the case may be. Like yeah, get in there. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That's the So yeah, man, it's just I don't know, man. I don't really know where to start or finish at with that one, man.
Right.
It's a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like a matter of fact, I got a song. It's probably never gonna come out, but I wrote it a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? It's called you remember Tupac's song "Words to My Unborn"?
Hmm.
I wrote one of those.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? It was kind of a give little life lessons to my unborn kid, things like, you look a person in the eyes when you're talking to them, you know what I'm saying? If that's supposed to be your friend, you don't never stab your friend in the back. You always keep
Hmm.
it real with your friends. If they wrong, you tell them they wrong, because not to, that's not a real friend. You
Right.
know what I mean? You just leaving them out there bad. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
If a brother needs some help, you lend a hand. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But if somebody bites your hand, you don't stick it out twice.
No,
You
keep the
know,
fingers you got.
yeah, yeah. I mean, just yeah, man. Like I honestly, I could go on and on and on with this one, man. Yeah, it's but I mean, it's life, man. Like you never really stop learning life lessons.
You
You know
don't.
what I'm saying? I think one of my favorite sayings is, you can learn from a baby. So, you know what I mean? Like you gotta keep your ears open, keep your eyes open, pay attention to
Hmm.
what's going on around you. You know what I'm saying? And just soak up game, for lack of a better way to say that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you were saying like about that, and I tell people all the time. One of the lessons I say, we'll move on to the next one, is trust people be who they are, and that's like you said, piggybacks off what you said. Once you, if a person's true to who they are and they actually are themselves all the time, it's easier to just trust that person to be who they are rather than, like you say, you don't know who you're dealing with today versus
Right.
tomorrow, or versus
Right.
this group of friends and that group of friends, and now all of a
Right.
sudden you're
Right.
like, okay, yesterday we were over here kicking and everything was cool. Now today you acting funny,
Right. Right. Yep.
so yeah. And
Yeah.
that's what I say about all of us. We've been around each other so long, when we don't talk for 5 years, whatever it is, when we see each other, we pick back up like it was yesterday. It's
Like it
like,
was yesterday. Yeah,
yeah,
man.
like you forget it's been
Yeah.
4 5 years since we talked to each
Right.
other. It's like,
Right.
hey man, what's going on? How's the family? And you
Like,
just,
yeah. Yeah,
so
man.
yeah. All right. So
But
next one.
yeah, I think everybody in our little circle, man, for the most part, you know, they've been solid. Like
Yeah.
I can't really think of where it was a time where any of us really had any beef with each other. I
No.
remember one time I invited you to catch a fade outside, and you were very willing. I didn't know how to take that. I was like, he is real excited about going to kick my butt. That was maybe we
I,
should tone this down a little bit.
I used to fight a lot. I had a lot of issues back in the day.
Hey, but
I
other
used to
than that,
welcome fights back
yeah,
then. Yeah.
yeah. Say, but other than that, man, yeah, everybody always been solid, man. It was
Yeah.
always real cool. You
Yeah.
don't generally find that many people like that, man. It's
Nah.
you know, good folks be few and far in between.
They do, yeah, and that's like I said, I call it the brotherhood. We always watch out for each other. Again, we don't see each other as much as we should. Especially since we got so many summers left, we need to do more. But when we do, man, like I say, like we always have the other in Alabama. It was
Yeah,
cool because it's like we just picked up like we
yeah,
done.
man. Just
Mike done
hung
been
out.
over. Yeah, he done been Air Force. You
Yeah,
done been Army.
yep,
Kev done been in the. He done been an officer. Avery been teaching. I'm doing. And we all
yeah.
just like, what's up? And we grilling, we just hanging out, having a good time,
Right, right.
like,
Hit the beach.
yeah, hit the
Yeah,
beach, it was
yeah,
I tell people, man, I tell my kids like they're like, it's just us up here in Memphis. We made Memphis family, but so
yeah,
man, find your true your group and stick with them,
yeah.
so
Yeah, man. And see, like we moved around a lot. So like when we was in Florida, we made Florida family. You know what I'm
right.
saying? We still got people down there, but since I've been out here, we ain't really met nobody. I knew one cat out here that I met in Florida. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? He had moved back out here. So when I first moved out here, that's who I stayed with. But for the most part, like it's just us up here. So every time I
Got
talk
you.
to somebody, I'll be like, "Hey, why don't y'all come visit?" You know what
Right.
I'm
We need some
saying?
people. Yeah,
we
we need
like
we
we
need
go
some
to
people up here.
Canada or something. I'm trying to get some folks to move, man, because
Yeah.
it's real cool, man. I can't even front. I really like it. It's for
Okay.
the most part, it's real cool. If it didn't
Yeah.
ever snow, then it'll be the bomb.
Got you.
Other
Got to
than
get some of
that,
that in. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It don't be much though. Usually it snow once, maybe twice. That'd be it for the whole year.
Does it
Yeah.
shut down the whole city like it does here in Memphis?
No, it don't do
Because
no.
hey, 2 drops of snow, shut it
Oh
down in
yeah,
Memphis.
Jacktown, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see snow. There ain't nobody going
Hey,
nowhere.
shit. They say it might
Yeah,
snow. Shut it down.
shut
Shut
it
it down.
down. Yep.
Yeah.
Nope. Out here, the HOA salt the neighborhood. They even pull up in your driveway and salt your driveway. They been assaulted the highway. So it'll be snow all on the side of the road, but everybody driving.
But you're going
Everybody
to work,
going
huh?
everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And like
Wow.
since I've been out here, most of my jobs, I've been able to telework at least
Okay.
one day. So
Okay.
usually if it snowed, I ain't go to work.
Nah, I don't
I'm from
blame you.
Jackson, I don't drive in snow. So I tell them, hey, I'm teleworking today, man. There's too much snow over here by where I stay at.
Right. Be
You
that
know.
much.
Yep, it
Yeah.
does. The last time it wasn't none. And it'd be so crazy. Like where I stay at, my street dead end on this side.
Mm-hmm.
The other side, though, it go all the way to the highway.
Yeah.
But I live close to the side where it dead end at.
Yeah.
Not in the dead end, just closer to the dead end.
Right.
So like when you come out of my driveway, you make a left and an immediate right to get out of the neighborhood. If you keep straight, you'll go to the dead end. For
Yeah.
some reason, they only saw the street right in front of that turn in. So if you live past where you turn down that street, it be
It's over.
snow all over the road. So every time they ask me about it, like I had one dude was like, you snowed in? Are you sure? They said it wasn't really that much snow in Tacoma. I said, you want me to send you a picture? And I took a picture of their side. And I
Right.
was like, I can't get out of my driveway, my car sliding. Like, man,
Oh.
but it don't be too bad, you know.
Yeah.
Not too bad at all.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. My next question, and it's probably a 2-part, but the first one. So, who's been the single most inspirational person in your life, past or present?
Oh, yeah. So I don't think I can answer that one, man. There's been multiple people that have been pretty inspirational. You know, I grew up single mom, me and my
Mm-hmm.
brother, Pop wasn't really around. I mean, I know him, we cool, you know what I'm saying, now.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, he wasn't really around very often. So it was a lot of people that was inspirational and influential in my life. My mom worked nights and multiple jobs and all kind of stuff like that, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And that I think I got my work ethic from that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never
Okay.
been scared of no work, you know what I mean? It
Mm-hmm.
don't really matter what it is. If I need to eat or I need to go somewhere, I need to do A, B, and C, I grind to get it, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So I know I get that from her and kind of just being comfortable in your own skin. I get that from her. You know, that's something she
Mm-hmm.
preached, especially because I had a brother in a wheelchair. So, having him dealing with that issue of not being able to walk and people
Mm-hmm.
talking crazy and yada, yada, yada. And,
Mm-hmm.
mentally he Gucci, you know what I'm saying? He
Right.
just can't stand up.
Right.
So, it's not like he don't know that he
Mm-hmm.
mad about this. He
Right.
mad, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I mean, my brother, man, that boy solid. Like
Oh, I
he
know.
graduated college before I did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's engaged right now. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
and she's not in a wheelchair because for some reason people feel like if you're in a wheelchair, whoever you with is in a
Right.
wheelchair. But honestly, I worked in a disability community also, and most of the dudes I know in wheelchairs were dating chicks that weren't.
Oh, of
And the
course.
same
Yeah.
thing with the
Yeah.
girls in the wheelchairs; they were
Yep.
dating dudes that weren't. Like,
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
just a chair. It don't really do nothing.
Right. Right. Exactly.
But so yeah, but my mom, man, even my homeboy, I call my brother Turbo.
Okay.
He was real influential and inspirational. Because he inspired me on the music side. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He was real influential on a lot of stuff that I probably shouldn't have did, but it was real inspirational on the music side. He kind of like honestly, he taught me how to rap, man. Like when I
Okay.
first started rapping, I could rap. The lyrics were there. The
Mm-hmm.
problem was rapping to the beat.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Bruh, I couldn't stay on beat for nothing in the world. And he worked with me, worked with me, worked with me, and he ratchet. So
Right.
I wasn't getting it. So it was like, all right, every time you mess up, I want 10 push-ups. All right,
Right.
that ain't working. Every time you mess up, I'm gonna hit you in your chest. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, all right. So yeah, I say about a week or two of that, and yeah, man, nah, I
I'm on
ride the
beat.
beat. I ride the beat like ride that pony now. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah. Yeah, matter of fact, my boy in Florida said that was something he said when I first met him. I first started rapping with him. He was like, "Man, I swear, man, can't nobody ride a beat like you, bro." He was like, "You be on it, like in a chokehold." I was like, "Yeah, man."
Don't know what you've been through.
He
Yeah.
was like, "It'd be smooth though." You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
like, "I appreciate it," but yeah, man. So him and like as I got older, I even tried to take little, lessons from stuff that wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't positive toward me. Like,
Hmm.
like the whole issue with my pops. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that whole situation made me want to be a really good father. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see what that looked like in person up
Hmm.
close.
Hmm.
I ain't never seen it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, you know, just yeah, man. So definitely be my mom. Definitely my big brother Turbo. Oh my God, it's been a few, man. I had a college professor, Dr. Causey. He's a entrepreneur for lack of a better term. He's a college professor. He
Uh-huh.
owned an insurance company and a bunch of other stuff. The brother is like, bro, he was really inspirational for me because, like I said, he a college professor. He's a
Hmm.
professor, or he was a professor at Jackson State University. And the more I chopped it up with him, because I had social marketing with him, and I had another social entrepreneurship class that he taught. And the more I talked to him and started getting all up in his business, I realized this cat make about $1 million a month.
A month?
Yeah, a month.
Yeah.
So you talk about picking somebody's brain. Yeah, man, we had some long, deep conversations about, especially about like the insurance company that he run and how they got all of that going, and different little stuff with nonprofits and things of that nature. And he was, matter of fact, he's one of the people I talked to right before I actually physically did all the paperwork to start my entertainment company. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So he kind of put me on the right track with that, and taught me like LLC versus INC versus sole proprietorship versus
Hmm.
whatever, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
so yeah, man, definitely Doc. And honestly, man, that's probably it, man. Like I say, a lot of people that been influential and a lot of people that been inspirational, but those were probably the most.
Yeah.
Everybody, but I always felt like I was like what you call it, was like growing up is like Jenga in reverse. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Instead of people pulling out, I tried to, everybody I came in contact with, I tried to take something from. I tried to let them
Hmm.
put something in. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? I learned this from this person and that from another person. Even bruh, like Marco taught me how to install radios. Like Mac taught me how to change oil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Because
Yeah.
I ain't have no dad at the house like that. That did
Hmm.
nobody show me that. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, like a lot of people have been real influential in my life, man. And I thank God for all of them.
Hmm.
For the time that they were doing what they were doing, the time that we still have, and if it ain't no more of those, I'm just glad that I had them when I did, man. Because it take a lot to become a complete individual.
It does.
And I think, the more you put into yourself, the more well-rounded person you will be.
Hmm.
A lot of the people that I grew up with, uh, they used to make jokes, they used to call me professor and, scientist and stuff like
Hmm.
that. You know what I'm saying? But like when I went to Mississippi State and then I set out that semester in I forgot what year it was, but I want to say like right after my sophomore year, I set out a semester. Those same cats was like, really, dude, how you gonna go to college and not graduate? Like, you the
Right.
one we thought was gonna make it and yada 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 yada
Hmm.
yada. It's like, okay, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Like them same people, they poured into me too, man. Cause like even being in the hood, man, that taught me a lot real quick that it would have took me a long time to learn otherwise. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So, but they also teach like growing up somewhere like that, man, they teach you the value of people.
It does.
Because there is no closer communities than poor and low income communities.
Everybody
We
struggling.
knew dang on almost everybody in the neighborhood.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yep.
go down the street and be messing up, and my homeboy grandmama give me a whooping and call my mama and tell it like we in the country.
And get the second whooping
You
when you
know?
get home. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because she didn't want everybody in her business in the first place, and you
Yeah.
knew that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'll say this, man. A couple things you said, because it kind of hit home with me as well. Because I'm like you. Well, your mother raised you. My grandmother raised me, and my
Mhm.
father wasn't in my life. Like my whole story. So he wasn't in my life like that. So something you said that made me think about it, like with Turbo and Mac and Mark, just people. I remember being a kid and my grandmother was raising me, and I knew that because my father was in my life. I said, when I do have kids, I'm gonna be super dad. I'm gonna be
Yep.
everything I wish I wanted when I was a kid, like a dad to be at all my sporting events, a dad to teach me how to be a man, teach me how to do oil, change oil, all this stuff. And also remember being in the projects, like you say, in those communities. And because I didn't have a father figure, I had uncles and, cousins, but I would find positive things in different men. And I would say, okay, that's what like to be a man. So, okay, I'm going to be able to handle myself physically, or I'm going to be able to play sports, or I'm going to be, good with women, or I'm going to be able to take care of my family. I'm going to be able to provide. I'm going to work. So when
Right,
you don't have
right.
that father
You gotta
figure,
pick
you
it up in
find,
pieces.
yeah.
Yep.
And instead of just getting from that one person, I tell people,
Yep.
and I don't know about, with your dad, but I know my dad, now that I'm older, some of the resentment from killing my mom is still there, of course. One day I'm gonna be over
Definitely.
all that. Yeah. But I realized, man, had my dad been in my life, it probably would have been for the worse.
Yeah.
Like because the
Mhm.
type of person and man he was, it wouldn't have benefited me. It probably
Right.
made me just have more anger because
Right.
he wasn't there, and that showed that he wasn't gonna do what he needed to do to be a dad anyway.
Right.
So
Yep.
yeah, man. Like in the community we grew up in, like you say, it's a lot of crime. It's violence, it's
Mhm.
all that. But again, like you say, the community takes care of itself. Everybody knows your
Yeah.
whole family. My
Yep.
grandma used to tell me, "Look, you don't have a curfew, but don't embarrass me. If you
Right.
embarrass me, I'm gonna rain down holy, you know what on you.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you knew,
Yeah.
and having people like you say when you even in that environment. I was having a podcast last week talking about in that environment, the positive people will tell you that. Like you talking about you sitting out a semester, them being like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" Now these
Yeah.
same people that were just checking you and talking crazy,
Yeah. Yeah.
professor,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
but they're
Yep.
like, "Nah, man, you kind of better than us. Like you're not supposed to be here with us.
Yeah.
You need to go back to school."
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. But if you don't grow up in that
Yeah.
environment, you don't understand what we're talking
No.
about.
Nope.
You have to go through it, or
That,
even the father stuff.
that's
Like,
like for as much crime and whatnot be in the hood, like for the most part, did not happen to us.
yeah, me neither.
My
People
house got
watch out
broken
for
in
you.
our house got broken in one time.
Really.
Soon as my mama got home from work, seeing the stuff was missing, she walked right back out the door. We lived across the street from the park. She yelled into the park, "Where Kevin at? Is Kevin over there?" "Nah, Kevin ain't over here. He at the store." Okay, because she already knew who broke in the house. It
Right.
wasn't even no need to ask no shit. We didn't even have to ask, did Kevin do it?
Right.
We know who did it.
Right.
Somebody stole my homeboy and them lawnmower. We know who did it. It was Kevin, Maurice, and Cedric. They
Right.
brothers. Yeah. If Kevin didn't do it, then Maurice or Cedric did it. It's a family
Guaranteed.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But I'm like, because nobody else was gonna steal from the people that's right there. You
Right.
got to come over here tomorrow and borrow something.
Yeah. Some
You know what I
sugar.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
right, right. Your mama gonna send you over here in a week tops to
Yep.
get something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
so we didn't. That's not really a regular thing. That
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
know a dude. He used to do that. He used to rob people in his neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And when they realized it was him, his mama had to move. They
Yeah.
had to move out the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because your 15, 16-year-old son want breaking everybody's house while all their kids and everybody at school and work. Like, not they can't even live over there
Yeah.
because the neighborhood take care of itself.
Now that's what I would
You
say.
know
I
what
was
I
about to
mean?
say that. Yeah. And in their own way. Now everybody might not agree with it,
Yeah.
but the neighborhood takes care of itself. It will. It says, okay, we got our own type of judicial
Justice
system. Yeah,
system.
we got justice
Yeah.
system going on. Like
Yeah.
he won't
Yeah.
break in here again. He won't knock this door in again. So.
Right.
But nah,
Exactly.
man, it is crazy even having the similar stories about the whole father thing and just people pouring into you. And that's
Yeah.
why I think both of us I'm big onto meeting people who may be lacking in the area and trying to pour into them because I know how much it meant to me. You had I think you said Dr. Kazi was his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had, Mr. Reese, I had Brother Welch, I had a Coach Horton, I had different people that, because these people like him, they didn't have to take their time with you. But
Right.
because they did, you appreciate them more. I'm like, okay, I realize I can be more than what my environment is. Like, especially when you like
Mhm.
say you're intelligent, it's like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm the stuff they find entertaining, I don't find that all entertaining.
Right.
You know,
Right. Right.
like I get to hang with these jokers, but
Right. Yeah.
yeah, but nah, man, that's pretty cool, man. Inspiration. I tell people, everybody got somebody that poured into them. So just try to,
Mhm.
yeah. All right. So next two questions. Um,
Okay.
I think I may have asked this. So, I say all the time in my podcast, we all have a date and time that we will leave here, of course. So when your time is up, what is the legacy you like to leave on the world and I guess on your family in general?
So as far as I think our children are our legacy,
Mm-hmm.
um, or at least the biggest portion of it, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I want some kids that's like I feel like let me back that up a little bit. I feel like we need to try to leave the world in a better place than we found it, period, in the sentence. And I think that starts with, when you have kids, it starts with trying to pour enough into your kids that when you leave this world, they want to leave this world better than they found it. So it becomes a cycle. You know what I'm saying? Because if we don't have that, then that climate change we spoke on earlier is gonna come way sooner. Like, and not just that, but all kinds of things. It might not even be climate change. It might be a riot or World
Right.
War III or something like.
Right.
Like I feel like that should be the goal, is to figure out some way to leave this world slightly better than I found it. Like, I'm only one
Mm-hmm.
person, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
not the president of nothing. So I
Mm-hmm.
understand that there's only so much I'll be able to change by myself in this
Mm-hmm.
world, or only so much of a mark that by myself I can put on this world. But I just want to make sure that I gave more than I took. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would probably be one of the best marks I could leave. I mean, and obviously, I want at least like 3 songs that live forever, like Dear Mama, or, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? That Because I'm happy. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? I want, like,
yeah.
those songs ain't gonna never go nowhere. They're gonna live
Right.
forever.
Yeah.
Like, they'll never go away.
Yeah.
What's that Phil Collins song? I can hear
Oh,
it.
Air of the Night or
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
they ain't gonna never go nowhere. They ain't
And
gonna
we
never
don't
go
even know
nowhere.
what the song is, but we know when
No,
we hear it, like, oh,
yeah.
I
Oh,
know
I
those
love
lyrics.
doo
Yeah.
doo
Yeah.
doo
Yeah.
damn, I can feel it. Something,
Yeah.
something.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's jamming. Like, some stuff just ain't gonna never go nowhere. And I
Mm-hmm.
want like 3 of those. I'll take
Gotcha.
just one, but I want like at least 3. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, I ain't greedy. I just want to help, and I don't need the whole plate. You know what
Right.
I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Just need me a little bit.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I think that would be. I could rest easy
Mm-hmm.
if I knew for a fact that I had done any of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, and I agree, man. I said about the legacy part. I tell people all the time, your kids are your legacy.
Yeah.
Because if we do what we're supposed to do, every generation is supposed to get better. I'm
Yeah.
only gonna take us so far.
Right.
My kids have it better than I did, put it that way.
Mine too.
So their kids, they should be the next level of, okay, this is where it started. It started with Granddaddy Sheldon, or it started with Granddaddy Sid, and
Uh-huh.
and now the next level goes here. And so my thing, I tell them, I said, I try to pour into y'all as much as I can. And I realize with kids, we fuss because they don't listen a lot of times. But I realize, man, once you keep pouring into them, they're listening. They may rebel sometimes, but eventually they come back to the lessons that we taught them. It's
Mm.
just, but yeah, that legacy, man, it's huge because one day we won't be here. Like your thing with you're a songwriter, you're a rap artist. So your words will live on past when you're gone. I write books, I do a
Yeah.
podcast. So this stuff we're trying to do. So when we're no longer here, your kids can listen to your lyrics. My
Right.
kids can read my book or listen to, you try
Yeah.
to do stuff so that the next year, even your grandkids can say, oh, well, my granddad, this is what he put out.
Right.
And I think a lot of times and especially in communities we grew up in, people don't think that way. It's
Hmm.
like they're living for the moment. My
Yeah.
grandmother, your mother, they poured into us because they wanted to, extend their legacy and they believed in us enough. But a lot of
Yep.
times you have people who don't have anyone pouring into. Imagine if your mom
Hmm.
went in your life or my grandmother
Yeah.
went in my life, who we would turned
Yeah.
out to be. You know,
Right. Yeah.
it could have been terrible. So,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Last 2 questions. I keep saying it. I'm gonna get it off. I don't know what time is your time, but it's getting late here, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's 9:20.
Oh yeah, it's 11:20 here. I'm struggling. All right. So advice for your younger self, and then after that, any websites, products, upcoming events you want to plug.
Oh man, if I could give some advice to my younger self, I think the first thing I'd tell me would be to give myself a break. Way too hard on myself. I
Mm-hmm.
expect too much from me. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like, dude, you're just a kid. Chill out. You know what I mean? But I think then I'd probably tell myself to make sure I invested in Google. Uh, oh Lord, or crypto or something.
Or
Because
Bitcoin or something. Oh yeah.
yeah. Because I almost invested in Bitcoin before it really popped, and now I didn't. So
You're
but
not alone.
I think honestly, I think the real thing, and I was telling my kids this recently, it's the same regret that majority of adults have, is that I wish I would have, I wish I could tell myself that when you get to high school, don't worry about nothing but high school. Don't worry about nothing else. Don't worry about the
The
people
Knicks.
there. Don't worry about dating. I already didn't play sports, so you know what I'm saying. Not by then. I had already been gave up football. They was hitting too hard in middle school. I knew I ain't want no parts of that. So you know,
yeah.
My handles wasn't never quick enough to play basketball, and then the whole 5'6", 5'7" thing.
Yeah.
It just didn't work out. Didn't work out. But yeah, I would definitely tell myself, man, just don't sweat none of that. Just pay attention in school, because that's like really you could poll most grown people, and they'll tell you that their whole life would have been better if they just started paying attention in school sooner.
Yep.
Most of us, we don't really care nothing about school till we in college. That'd be the first time you actually cared about what you was doing in class. And I'm like, if we'd have got ourselves a better foundation in high school, man, the sky would have been the limit. All the kids that they made fun of when I was in school, that they called nerds and this, that, and the third, them kids went to Yale. From Jackson, Mississippi, went to Yale and Harvard and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, they balling now.
Yeah.
Like my boy used to say, man, this the age of the geek, dude. If you wasn't a nerd in school, you probably poor.
Yeah.
Like,
you working for that geek. Somebody's working for that geek
definitely.
now,
I go on social media all the time. Like, I wasn't lame in school. I wasn't the coolest kid either. But especially since I ain't played no sports. But all those people, they knew me. You know what I'm saying? I hung out with all the cool people. I hung out with some of the lame people. I hung out with the ROTC people, the band. I kind of spread it around.
Yeah.
I wasn't a nerd in school. You know what I'm saying? I was too focused on, I want to holler at girls. I gotta be hanging out with the cool kids. Then like I like to make a trek back to the west side a lot, because we didn't live over there no more by the end. But that's where I felt like all my real friends was at. So I was always trying to sneak off to the hood somewhere and do whatever they doing over there.
Hood stuff,
I'm like, yeah, man. And I'm like, it was girls and dudes and stuff that they call nerd this and nerd that, man. And I see them on social media now, and they balling. And them dudes that was supposed to be cool or play football or whatever the case may be, they sell what they call that stuff that a mirror, oh man, what you call it?
It's an insurance or something?
Nah, I don't remember now. Oh man, I can't think of what it is. Yeah, I think it's like insurance or something.
Like Primerica?
Primerica, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah. That's what they doing now. They all sell Primerica, and if they really came up and they got back into their physique, then now they sell Herbalife. But other than that,
but they're still there.
Yeah. Same area, same neighborhood. Some of them in their mama house, their mama just passed, or in their mama house with their mama.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and they were the cool kids.
Yeah, and they was the cools. Right. Them the ones everybody wanted to be like.
Yeah.
Like, that was a waste of time.
Yep. And it really don't matter.
My kids all the time, man. I said nothing in your life is really that important till you graduate high school.
It's not.
All of it's just some bull crap. I was like, the only thing you doing that matters is going to school. The rest of it, you just hanging out. I'm like, so if you're not paying attention at school, then all you doing is cutting off your own feet. So when it's time for you to run up out of here, you're gonna be stumbling.
Yeah.
You're not gonna know what to do. You're not gonna have a leg to stand on. Like, you need to be paying attention in school, because that's what's gonna get you to where you want to be at. As kids, we have a lot of dreams, but we have no idea how to accomplish them. We have no idea how to get there. And your parent been telling you the whole time how to get it, but you didn't want to listen to that. Just go to school, pay attention. Go to school, pay attention.
Yeah.
My son said he want to be an engineer. We moved to Washington. They got a high school for that. You know what I'm saying? So he goes to an engineering high school, this geared toward making sure that when you leave up out of here, you ready to be in an engineering program. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, they should have enough credits for to be completed their first year of college when they graduate from his high school. Yeah, he should start as a sophomore. So I'm like, that wasn't an option for me. The best I could do was IB, and nobody really got the IB diploma. So what good was that?
Right.
The year before I graduated, 3 people got the diploma. That was 1,100 kids in that class.
3 out of 1,100.
3 out of 1,100. Yeah, and that's why I was like, nope.
Yeah. Like, why am I doing this?
But I'm like, up here, he can do that. My daughter was going to a school. It was like a what you call them, like, you know how they have the technical schools.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a high school though. So she get her high school diploma and her associate's degree by the time she graduate high school.
Advantages that we
Yeah,
didn't even
not like
remotely
two
have.
more years after high school. Like
Right.
you graduate high school in your 4 years with an associate's degree and a
And
high
a
school
diploma.
diploma. Yeah,
Yeah.
she
Wasn't
fucked
even
it
an
up.
option for us.
I mean, she messed it up, but yeah,
Yeah. But
she
then,
had that option.
yeah, but they
Yeah,
don't
I
get
didn't
it.
even have an option to mess that up.
Nah, we did. But like you said, you don't even get how important this is, like getting
Right.
the fundamentals of high school, like you say, until you start living life and you're like, hold on, like I'm 30. What am I gonna fall back on? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause yeah, because I went to even when I was in college, it's like I always knew I was gonna go to college. My dog's killing me, but go off to college and this and that, but you still didn't take it serious until you get in the real world and you realize, like, oh, it's real out here. Like I should have got an engineering degree.
Back.
Yeah.
That's why I had to go back to college at 33.
Yeah.
34,
I feel you.
something like that. Yeah, in my 30s in college with 19-year-olds, like
trying to give them wisdom. Don't mess it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You be sitting up in here like my old behind, just doing it later.
Yep. I remember being at Mississippi State, and there was a lady, which was old to me then. I think she was like 38. And maybe, yeah. Now, like to me, I was, oh my God, I was old. Now, like she's a young lady. But but she was in there because her husband worked. She didn't work at first. I think he had a stroke or something or got injured. Mm-hmm. So now she had to go back to college to try to get a degree to. And I'm like you say, man, I say all the time, because that the youth is wasted on the youth. Because they don't get it. Yeah, they don't get it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they don't understand opportunities.
I didn't used to get that saying until I got older, and they were absolutely right, man. Because if you could do it all over again, knowing what you know now,
locked in,
bro, I'll probably take over the world.
Me too. Shit, I play basketball every day.
I at least take over Africa somewhere. And make it one united nation of Africa.
Bro, like I play basketball every day, all day when we were in college. I probably wouldn't even play basketball. I wouldn't have time for that because, like you said, I'm trying to take over the world. I'm trying to take extra courses,
Right.
But you don't get it until you get in the real world. I mean, you think about it. When you're in your parents' house, you don't even understand when they say they don't have it, that they really don't have it.
Yeah.
In your mind, they just don't have to give. They don't want to give it to you.
They don't want to give it to you.
Yeah. You don't realize
like, nah, bro. Sometimes that bank account on zero.
And if I give this to you,
it's a minus at the front.
Yeah, right. We're not gonna have any lights tonight if I give this to you. Just go ahead and take this $40, but we're not gonna have any lights. So yeah, it's just wasted on them, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last thing, and I'm gonna let you get off it because
any
websites,
anything I want to promote.
Yeah.
So just like I was talking about earlier, man, I got the I'm all over social media, Duble Duble, 2 S's. And the company SKS Entertainment, you can check out the Facebook page. It's not really a lot going on right now, but just keep your eyes open. My website right now is just the Reverb Nation site, and then like I say, I got my YouTube page and my CD Baby page. That's actually my favorite place for people to buy my music is CD Baby. They pay me the quickest. It's only $1 though. It's still $1 with them, but they pay me faster than everybody else.
That helps.
Yeah. But that's about it, man. Just be on the lookout for Double S, man. I think if I drop a new album, it's gonna be called The Come Up. I don't know if I'm gonna do an album or if I'm gonna just drop a bunch of singles and start doing a bunch of shows. So we'll see how that work out. But I'm definitely gonna do a DVD. I was supposed to do one when I did my mixtape, and I never got to it. So, which is crazy because I got a bunch of footage that I didn't even use for anything. I had started on it, but I never finished shooting. So I'm definitely doing a DVD the next time. Just be some videos, me walking through somewhere, talking, giving you a little background on what's been going on, the whole process. What made me wanna, blah 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 blah. You understand? So yeah, that's about it, man. Yeah, just be on the lookout for Double S, man. Everywhere music is sold.
Okay, and because like I say, if you send me your stuff, like your website, send me all your social media tags, your website, everything. And if you want to send me a song I can attach to your episode, let me know. I will, because I'm guessing we've been on here for a while, so it's probably gonna be 2 episodes anyway. So let me know and I'll attach them to it, so that way of course people can click on and listen to your music, kind of get you out there. So
yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got the radio version of a bunch of the songs, so you don't have to put all that language on there. And I got one song that I ain't even cussing in it. So how about that?
Okay, all right, I see you. I see
Yeah,
you.
that's on the mixtape that P's and Q's. If you listen
Okay.
to it, I ain't cursing now time. I
Okay.
actually wrote it like that on purpose. I just wanted to, do a little something different. And I had an argument with a guy from the East Coast who felt like Southern rappers weren't lyrical. We just tell a story. I said, well, first of all, do you understand how much of a lyricist you gotta be to tell a whole story? Like everything still got a rhyme, dude.
Right,
I'm
right.
not just yelling out like random words. You know what I'm saying? Like they be like lights out, blackout. Like that's you,
Right,
you didn't
right,
say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like so
right.
I'm like, yeah. So when I did P's and Q's, I was like, bro, like not only like can I do like y'all, with all the metaphors and whatnot, but like I don't even have to cuss when I do it. And
Mhm.
then I did my little 2 verses, and my boy Loke, that's my guy from Florida, he's on the song as well. He was like, man, I like that, man. He was like, oh, let me jump on there. So we
Uh-huh.
did that. We actually shot a video.
Okay.
Computer crashed and I lost all the footage. So
It
yeah, I
happens.
was
Yep.
I was a little upset about that. I lost 3 videos that never got reshot. Yeah. Yeah.
But life be
I ended
lifing.
up having to re-record half my mixtape because computer crashed.
Really.
Yep.
I need to save myself to my hard drive, my
Yes.
my yeah, right now. Yeah, I need to go
Yeah.
ahead
I
and
got an
yeah.
external hard drive now. So
I
everything
need
I
to
record goes on the external too.
when we get
But
done
yeah,
tonight.
it was the
Yeah.
computer at the studio. It wasn't my computer.
Right.
It crashed and yeah, I lost pretty much everything. So I had to reshoot. I mean, I
Yeah.
had to re-record about half
Yeah.
my mixtape in 3 days.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
external hard drive will be loaded up tonight because you you just
Yeah.
reminded me if I lose everything.
Yeah.
But nah, because like I say, I enjoyed it. Man, hey, it was great. Like I said, I've been looking forward to it for a while. We've been
Yeah,
trying to
me
schedule for
too,
about 2
man.
weeks, ain't we?
Right. Yep. Playing phone tag. I appreciated the invite though, man. It's always good chopping it up with you anyway. So, of course, anytime you want me on, man, I'm just say no more
I got you, cuz hey man, I appreciate it for real.
already.
Thank you for joining me on this episode of Life, Lessons, and Legacy. I hope you found our discussion thought-provoking and inspiring. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your feedback helps us to improve and reach more listeners like you. Remember, life is a journey of growth and discovery, and every experience, both the highs and the lows, contributes to the legacy we leave behind. So embrace each moment, cherish the lessons, and live with purpose. Until next time, I'm Cedric D. Nelson. You can find more resources, including my book, Life, Lessons, and Legacy: How to Take Life's Lessons and Shape Your Legacy. Available for purchase on my website at www.lifelessonsandlegacy.com. Also available on Amazon.com. On my website, you'll also discover information about my life coaching services and speaking engagements designed to help you unlock your full potential and live a life full of purpose. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon.